Good morning, my love.
Good morning.
Put this on. What's going on, handsome?
I am loading up. We're going on a pinball adventure.
Mm-hmm. We're going to see some friends today, right?
We're going to see some friends. So the itinerary is we're going to Vic, VP. He has a podcast and a YouTube channel. So we're going to go see Vic, VP. We're going to help him bring some pinball machines into his basement with our Escalera. And then we are going to drive about 45 minutes and we're going to go visit our friend Dave. And we're going to take 2 games out of his basement. He's making a trade with Flipping Out Pinball, I think, Zach Maney. I think he's doing a trade with him for a new game for his 2 American pinball machines, Houdini and Legends of Valhalla. And then we're going to drive another 15 minutes and we're going to see our friend Mike and Lynette. And we're going to go there and we're going to work on a Gilligan's Island. It's having a problem and we're going to see what the problem is.
Sounds good.
Sounds good.
All right.
Like and subscribe. Alrighty, we're here with Vic VP.
Hi guys.
We're moving Vic's games down the stairs with our Escalera.
Moving 3 of them.
3 of them. Well, one's done already. Whirlwind. Number 2 is going to be Royal Rumble.
Yeah, we did a practice run. Make sure it's all good.
What game is this? I can't see.
Royal Rumble, WWF.
Yes, this is
Royal Rumble.
This is my first one. My first one I got totally tore down. LED conversion, Titan rubbers, pin 2 DMD.
But your first game that you got was
Godfather.
And that was your birthday treat.
Yes, that was brand new in box.
Was that 40th birthday? How old
no,
were you?
that was 30. That was 33rd birthday. I'm
33rd birthday. You're
34
All
now.
right. I remember 33 and 34.
Oh, please stop it. It's the camera. It's the camera. I think we are good. Legs are off.
Legs
Got that.
off. All right.
Then
So
we're going to use the Escalera hand truck. This video is not sponsored.
Well,
we're going to show you how fantastic this tool is.
it's a lifesaver. So I'm just gonna hold it right there.
Yep. And we want to make sure this time that we're
A little bit over.
yeah. You just tilt a little. Okay, good. We're good.
Sweet.
You take that. I take this.
And then I mentioned before to you guys, I wish I had the Escalera when I was moving the Godfather and Toy Story down. That was a nightmare. Godfather was a regular hand truck, and Linda could show you the dents it made in my stairs.
And she will.
Toy Story, I had a moving company. 2 guys took it, and I almost saw it go down the steps because the guy misjudged the step.
Oh, good. Look at
And now I'm grateful that I have you guys, Dennis and Linda, here with this beautiful Escalera that is literally effortless.
Oh,
I know. I'm like, oh, it's a perfect day to take the door off. There you go.
Perfect day not to hit your door again.
Don't worry. So now, like I said, this door is a 32-inch. I could have taken the wind door off, but it doesn't really affect anything. Doesn't change any dimension. I had to take the inner door off, though.
I like to give it a little. I just let the Escalera do the work.
Watching you do it is it blows my mind.
It's still hundreds of pounds that you're carrying, and you know.
Are you gonna go in front of him? Or you're gonna stay there. I'm gonna go down.
Stay behind
So hold on
for this one.
Okay.
As long as it tuck in your cheeks.
Oh yeah, Dennis, you set this one up perfect.
I had practice. I don't even really need. I can just go like that.
Unbelievable. Effortlessly. So we have 2 of the 3.
I told you, it's like an extension of his body. Right?
Now you're there. Show them my steps. So you got right there. That's from hand truck. And I'm not gonna lie to you. When I got down to the 3rd step, oof, and that was the Godfather. It's all right though. I mean, luckily it's my basement, so it's okay. Not to mention, Godfather was heavy. I think it's still to date the heaviest JJP, the collector's edition. And then, yes, you see my modified toppers. We'll turn everything on. You could play the.
Yeah, really cute.
Again, the haters don't like that I took off the car, but it wouldn't fit. But yes, that's my custom.
Well, that's what happens in a basement.
Yes.
Some places they don't have basements, so we're really lucky that we
Yes,
do.
we are grateful. I'm forever grateful for the man cave down here. Thank you to the wife for allowing it.
Show us some of your other things too before we go.
Because you're recording, yeah.
Practicing gratitude,
Yeah.
manifesting abundance.
I feel bad because
We could do it at the end.
We could always do it at the end. I'd rather get you guys on. I just don't have them on, so hopefully I could turn them on later on for you guys, but you could do a quick rundown if you want. This is the Bivic 4-player 55-inch Ultimate Arcade, I call it. So that's got 44 terabytes worth of games. This is my Neo Geo. It's running a Raspberry Pi, 16,000 games. So you got all Neo Geo, Arcade, NES. This is actually a Nintendo Switch cabinet. So there's a Switch inside of this that has arcade controls. Then you got the virtual pin. So 42-inch playfield, 32-inch back box, back glass, 22-inch DMD on that. I have my vertical build, so all vertical games, Pac-Man, Capcom Bowling, and such. And I have my Proudly 2 Mega Touches. And now to come in, we have Earthshaker, Royal Rumble, Roller Coaster Tycoon going on this wall. And then my very prized possessions here, you got the Godfather Collector's Edition, Toy Story LE, and then my last build that I did was the dedicated shooter, Guitar Hero, DJ Hero, Dance Dance Revolution cabinet. So this is my House of Rock 55-inch.
If people are interested in those, where do they find them?
So I'm Vic VP, Vic_VP. Company is Game Case Arcade. So you can take a look at that. Yes.
All right, let's get back to work.
Yes, let's go. Last one. That was good. That was actually great, Dennis, because that one you actually had the hand truck off centered a little. That was awesome. So go right here.
Dennis is wearing his Pastimes arcade
You
shirt.
both are.
I wish.
I'm very excited about our upcoming trip to Pinball Expo.
Oh, I wish we had Pinball Expo shirts, but we don't. Well, we don't know because you have to go there and you have to hope that there's some left when we get there. We're not getting there till Thursday, so the people on Tuesday and Wednesday might buy them all. And then what? I believe I do have another ratchet. We'll do the same thing.
Do you have another foam square on you, Dennis, or no? For the back box?
I do not.
Okay, I could probably just give you a...
I have something else.
Awesome. I have cardboard corners, if anything. Oh, well, Dennis actually pulled out a little bit beforehand.
I think he even wanted a little more room this time.
Yeah,
Little
so I'm
more
gonna let
room
Dennis
this time.
pull. Oh, sweet. There you go. I'm going to let Dennis pull forward.
It's nice because the
Do I go a
garage
little more?
floor is smooth, so we're really not hurting it. We can go a little bit more.
It's your call. Only because I have, I think you're okay because the back box will fold down. I should be able to clear this. You go a little bit.
Here, we'll go over.
There you go. Just watch your guns on the
Go
right.
around.
Awesome. Sweet.
Perfect. We
Okay.
should put the head down before we lift.
Yes, I have the key right next to Linda there.
So that we
Is it
do
the
not
same
hit
one?
it.
That's the data.
It's the same one.
Do they have different ones? Because I know
All the Stern games that use this latching, and in fact, I think some of the Jersey Jack games use the latching.
yes.
I believe this key is the same for all of them.
Yes, I was actually shocked to see that.
Yeah,
But now-
well, I think that latching system is something that probably the same company makes,
okay.
and they both just, I mean, I can't confirm that, but that would be my guess.
Okay.
A lot of the pinball stuff, it seems that there's a manufacturer for, flipper poles and for, coils and stuff like that. It kind of seems that you can't be too many.
Now now Spike 2 though doesn't use that latch system, right? I don't own a Spike 2, so I don't know.
Spike 2 does not use that latch system. What it uses, it's hinged,
Right.
and then it uses 2 bolts that go into the back to hold it down.
Okay.
And from the outside. So, and they use latches on the lockdown bars. They don't use the slide latch anymore. They use clip latches.
What's your opinion on that? Is that a...
I don't mind. I don't mind. At first, I didn't like the latches, but I don't mind it anymore.
Okay.
I really don't.
I said, unfortunately, I don't have a Spike 2 just yet. It's also pretty crazy, again, seeing the Earthshaker, the latch on that.
Well, that's a clip latch,
right.
Yeah. So in those years, Williams used that style, and then Gottlieb also used that style of latch.
Okay.
But theirs just had a different shape to it. So wherever they got the latches, they did not get them from the same place. Gottlieb had their supplier, and Williams had their supplier.
Isn't it crazy though that a latch like that, there's no fear of like unlatching back box?
Well, yes, there is a fear of it. So if you notice these games, and not this because of this latch system,
right?
But if you look at your Earthshaker, you'll notice there's 2 holes in the head, and you're supposed to go on the inside of the head and put a bolt in.
Okay.
And they actually use the butterfly bolt.
Okay.
And I mean, again, it's not really promotional videos, but most suppliers, like I usually order mine from Pinball Life.
Okay.
And they sell them, and I keep like a little bin with like 10 of them.
Okay.
And I'll at least put 1 butterfly bolt in the head to hold it down. But if I was going to operate a game, I have it on location, I would have 2.
Okay.
Here.
No, I think I'm okay. That's actually my colored DMD. It looks like. Oh.
Yeah, you
okay.
can. You don't want to take a chance.
There you go.
That.
Now it's actually funny you mentioned this butterfly because I didn't know that, and my Earthshaker definitely doesn't have that.
Yeah, so you should, because that latch, can unlatch. Because you just said it. I can't believe that's all they do. But almost all pinball machines that have that kind of latch system usually have 2 holes on the inside of the head where you can bolt it down.
Okay. I did not know. Like I said, I bought that one used in Jersey, and it definitely did not have the butterflies that you're speaking of. So now I'm going to have to go and find some butterflies. All right, so rear is up. Now we could get... I hope so. My other one, though. This is my pesky Data East. And yeah, great. I got to find my other ratchet head. Hello.
So I'm going to ask a question that's been asked of me.
Go.
What do you think of Insider Connect?
Oh, well, if you've seen my video when I was talking about on Loser Kid, I don't own a Spike 2, but Insider Connect does make me want to play more. So I do love it. That's why I kind of wish Jersey Jack comes out with something. It is honestly the reason why I'm looking to get my next machine would hopefully be a Spike 2.
And what about, have you heard of Scorebit?
Scorebit, yes. We have actually Ron. Ron is in our group. He's with Scorebit. He's like the CEO of Scorebit.
I know. They our Long Island. What are we called? Long Island Pinball Society.
Yep.
And it's our Stern Army at Round 1 monthly. That's what we do. Long Island Pinball Society. Round 1 Stern Army monthly. And that's this Monday.
Fun. Yeah, it's coming up Monday.
Monday at 7 o'clock, although you should probably be there at like 5 or 6. And even if you can't get there at 7, if you contact Long Island Pinball Society and like, I can get there at 7:10 or 7:15, we'll wait for you and we'll start a couple of minutes later.
Yeah, that's
just wanted to get that out there.
It's ran by the great Michael F. I could never pronounce his name. He says it's Focus.
Yeah.
Awesome dude. Because of him, I met you guys and I met a lot of great people in Long Island and New York that play pinball. So
Awesome.
I am very grateful for him.
It's amazing how our community is. It really it's encompassing. Everybody has different things they do in life, but really all of our friendships are based on it, and not just to play pinball. We go out to dinner with our friends that are into pinball. We go to birthday parties. Some of our friends are having children now, so it's nice going to a first birthday and hanging out with everybody. To me,
It's awesome, honestly. And you guys just had a party. It was amazing. Thank you for inviting many of
This is
us.
my birthday.
Happy birthday to Dennis. That was
Made it to
awesome.
57 on Friday.
It was such a good vibe, really. It was just excellent.
It's just great people enjoying great company.
Yeah.
Great friends, and then we also, luckily, with your collection that you guys have, that you guys showed in your video, we were just able to enjoy a great game of pinball. You guys were like on Beatles the whole time. You guys were doing like tournaments on Beatles.
Well, I was doing tutorial for Scott and Jeff and Greg.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because Scott and Jeff also and Greg also
Go
play in
easy
our
with it.
tournament.
Yeah, this one we're gonna go slow.
We're gonna go
Yeah, I'm gonna let you handle that one.
I'll go slow with it.
Since
It's a, no, don't worry. Nice.
I know now. I didn't practice that for the
Don't
first
worry.
one.
Nice. I always say slow and steady. It kind of wins the race. And I'm down.
Perfect.
Oh, little Harbor Freight dolly. We go up. And boom. Last one, which was great. I actually wanted to ask you, what do you think of the 3 machines that I have? So I have, again, a Roller Coaster Tycoon, a Royal Rumble, and an Earthshaker.
Not
don't know if
one
you-
bad game. I could not say one negative thing about any one of these 3 games.
Have you ever, I mean, I would assume you played.
I've
Yeah.
played all of them.
Now, the only reason I asked that is because Roller Coaster Tycoon gets a lot of flack. Toy Story, for example, gets a lot of flack in the community, which I don't understand why, because they are amazing games. Also, if you look carefully, I have 3 Pat Lawler design cabs, so you might call me a fanboy.
So I can give you an opinion answer to that. Okay?
Okay.
And this is what happens with all pinball machines and anything that has to do with anybody that's on forums or online. Okay? You get a few people that have an opinion.
Right.
You get a few other people that have a negative opinion, and they seem to have a negative opinion on Roller Coaster Tycoon, and then people who haven't played it form that opinion.
Right.
And that's all it really is, because I can tell you that if I would have followed Beatles is a great example. If I would have followed what people thought of Beatles, I was like, this must be a terrible game.
Okay.
I went up to automated services, pinball.com, and that was in 2000, probably 17 maybe,
Okay.
or 18. It had to be sometime when the game came out. And I went and I played it, and I was like, this is a great game. I can't even believe that it didn't meet anything that I was reading online, nothing. So
It's always just good to hear that, because like I said, there's a lot of, in this, again, I'm only in it for a year. It's crazy how some people,
When did you start doing the custom cabinets? You're newer to pinball, but you've been doing
So,
arcade stuff.
arcade stuff, you're looking at
you
least.
gotta go that way a little. So just tilt it.
I'm gonna tilt. Arcade
Good.
building.
Right there.
Arcade
Right.
building I've been doing for 12 years. So there's a little history of me. It's 12 years arcades, 4 years building my own. Actually, we're span. Let me get that. And you guys should see there my CNC machine. It's actually a very unique machine. It's against the wall. So that's how I cut my custom cabs. It's all in-house here. So yes, I cut it in the garage.
Oh, God.
I know where you're going.
So it's a very cool machine. It's vertical. It's the M2 from Maker's Made. I'll be honest, it is hobby grade.
I didn't know what that was, but now
Now you know, yes.
Do you want to know where she's going with that
I
one?
No, I'm not going anywhere.
We're gonna
Well,
get her a mic.
you know.
Do you wear this mic when
Yeah.
Okay, good. All right. I was like, I gotta see
So-
you.
I got a big mouth and I'm close to the camera.
and you'll pick up on my mic. So, for the pinball makers out there, all of you manufacturers, I really want a Black Sabbath or an Ozzy Osbourne. So I'm just going to build my own.
Well, that's what
I'm
luckily,
building
that's
my own.
what's great with the community, though. You do have the people that make the homebrews. And what's crazy with
None
the
on
homebrews-
Long Island yet, but I plan on being the
Well, you
first
could
one
always
on
reach
Long
out.
Island to do a homebrew pinball machine. And it's going to be Black Sabbath, Ozzy, or both. I want to
Okay.
incorporate both. Black Sabbath with Ozzy.
This guy.
Making his announcement.
It's actually it's crazy because Now, the also real quick thing to talk about with the homebrew, which is amazing. Mark S. now working with Jersey Jack, that is the creator of Avatar. From my understanding, he got his starting with his homebrew of Metroid. So isn't that amazing that this guy went, made a homebrew pin, and then Jersey Jack, Eric Minier told me, he goes, I saw it. I said, you got to come work for us. And he made Avatar. It's just kind of crazy, the possibilities with pinball. It's mind-blowing.
So maybe I'll get to design a Jersey Jack
know.
game. Is that what we're talking?
You never know. It's honestly a cool thing to think about for people that do like homebrew. You might get noticed.
I would be the perfect game designer because I would design the game and then I would fix the AC for them too. It's a win-win. We would never sweat in that design room, that's for sure.
Very true, because your basement was a freezer that day at your party.
I turned it down on purpose.
They do, yes.
And so does competition.
Plus we know a lot of people who sweat.
I'll come in front of you. Hold on, guys. It's okay. Good. This way I could send.
Wait, I want to go down for this one. Can I go down?
Sure.
Sorry, as you're teetering.
Now, Dennis, you right now, you holding this machine right now.
It's heavy.
I understand
still
it's heavy, but he's making it effortless.
Is he too close to that wall?
Well,
You're okay. He's gonna pass the light. It's just amazing. And I'll be honest,
anybody that was on the fence about an Escalera, I mean, it takes some skill to use this, and I have a lot of training. I mean,
that is true.
We bought the first Escalera. You know how I ended up with an Escalera? Very interesting story. When me and Linda started our air conditioning business back in 2000, whatever, 3, after a year, my first guy that worked with me left, and I needed to hire a guy. And I didn't know anything about that. I wasn't very good at that. So we put an ad in the penny saver looking for, a worker.
Saver. Wow.
And I ended up.
We did tons of print ads. Like
yeah.
I have yellow pages when it
put an ad in the penny saver looking. So I get responses, and I didn't want to bring them to because we ran a business out of the house. So I met this guy at a local diner, and we talked a good game, and I hired him. Well, 3 days in, he's like, I paid him, like, he started on Wednesday, I paid him on Friday. On Monday, he's like, oh, I hurt myself. I got to go to the doctor. I can't come in. Oh. And all I had to do that day was a water heater. Me and him were going to do a water heater. So even though I'm going to pay him for the day to do the water heater with me, all I really need him for is 40 minutes to get the water heater out and the new one in.
Okay.
So when that happened, I went and did that water heater myself, in and out. And then I got home, I went on the computer and I started looking for like electric hand trucks. I knew electric hand trucks existed, but they were big, heavy. That hand truck weighed as much as the pinball machine. It was steel.
Is not light.
This thing is 75 pounds.
So
it's light.
The hand truck itself is 75 pounds. And then you still have all the weight of the game that you have to balance and line up and drop. Like it does like some of the muscle, but it still takes skill and practice.
That's what I'm saying. Like right now, I saw you doing this, and I'm like shocked. I even mentioned to you like you said, it does. As you can see, though, practice makes perfect, experience makes perfect. I did say to you like 2 tournaments ago, I was thinking about buying one, but luckily you have the business for it, and then you said no, Vic, I have one. I'm like, okay, cool. Like that. I think I have 2. I wouldn't, like I said, I think the biggest thing is that not many people know that this is even a thing. Mm-hmm. So mentioning before about experience, there's a guy named Josh. He's in the Long Island Facebook group for pinball. He bought a V-pin, and he needed to bring it downstairs like 28 steps. So he's like, hey, anybody down to help? And I said, I'll help. But I didn't know he had an Escalera. So me and him trying to work with this, it was sketchy, but you get the hang of it. After like the second step, you get the hang of it. But watching you right now do that, I was like, it just brought back memories of me trying it, but you like mastered it. Especially
if you're on Long Island and you want to hire me to move the pinball machine, you can do that. Fee for service is okay. Also, so I end up finding this Escalera, and it wasn't cheap. I mean, we were a newer business, And we didn't have the kind of funds that we didn't have the kind of business we have now. So this was $2,300. Not this one, because this is the second one I bought. And I bought this from a pinball guy, Ed. I think it's Ed Cianci in Rhode Island or Massachusetts, Connecticut. He's somewhere in the Northeast. And he had this one used and he sold it to me. So this wasn't bad. I got this one for $900. But our first brand new one I bought was $2,300. And I also got it from Connecticut from a business. It was like a storage place, moving place that sold these.
Wow.
Because they're in California. So I ended up firing the guy because he didn't come to work. I told him, you come to work for an hour, I'll pay you for the day and you'll still have a job. But if you don't come and I got to do this myself, because he wasn't really hurt.
I got you.
He had some other kind of personal issues that I'm not going to talk about, but which is what I found out. But what ended up happening was I bought this and I do an escalera and a water heater myself easily. A water heater is like 90 pounds.
Now, my big thing though, because that was the one thing, because there is also, I don't know if you saw a pin crawler. Did you ever see the pin crawler? So the pin crawler has a bigger base though. So learning that you use this on water heaters, that angle it's very small. It's a small angle.
The reason that this is so good is because you can fit in these spots. That pin crawler is great, I guess, in some situations, but I think this is more of a one size fits all.
Okay.
I think that, and what's nice about this is if you have a pinball machines or even arcade games, it's especially good for because this works on balancing. So the higher the gravity, it's the lower the center of gravity, the worse it is. So if this thing was low and very heavy, you got to muscle it more. But when something's tall and has a higher height and weight to it, it's much easier. Refrigerator, arcade game, pinball machine, this thing works really well for that. But that's how I ended up with an Escalera.
It's amazing. And now you have two of them, same one.
I have two. No, this one's a 700 pound model, I think. So this one, you'll notice it has a single chain. Then there's another one that's like 1200 or 1250. That was my first one. That one has two chains, so it can handle more weight. But essentially, it's the same hand truck, meaning same motor, same belt.
Right.
The parts are, they're easy. This thing's easy to service, easy to work on. Not that, again, we're not doing a promotion or an advertisement for Escalera, but we use it and we love the product. I mean, they want to send me some parts for my troubles. I always need some parts.
To see. Like I said, now
they want me to do training videos.
So honestly, I would have needed a video when I was helping out Josh.
Yeah.
But it's just amazing. So I'm grateful that I have you guys here because, like I said, the plan is if I ever want to sell one, I would ask you to help me. We would pull it up the stairs and then bring the new one down.
Yep.
And
which is what we're going to do next. Yeah, we're going next to.
Yes.
Peace, love, and pinball.
Thank you,
like
guys.
And subscribe.
Yes. Thank you, Dennis. Thank you, Linda. Love you guys.
You're welcome.
That little light is too much.
Makes it look easy.
It does make it look easy. That's quite a set of stairs. All right. Now what are we doing, my love?
We found two problems so far with Gilligan's Island.
Hi, Mike.
Hi, how are you?
I'm doing thanks. How are you?
So
Good.
one of the problems we found is there's a switch for the ramp, and this switch is a little flaky. So I'm gonna order a new one of those. There's really nothing else we could do. I bent it and adjusted it as best I can, but then we found that the latch coil is not releasing.
So it goes up but doesn't go down.
Well,
right?
it goes up, which in this case is down here, up on the other side, and then this little latch coil has to unlatch it and it spring loads to shut. So what we found is an operator at some point put a fuse here, probably because they had a flaky switch. They put the fuse on there because the switch probably holds the latch when it shouldn't. And so they put a fuse in so that it would trip the fuse and not burn the coil. But we're going to hook back up to the fuse and see if by adjusting that switch, we can at least get it to work. And then I'll see if I got the switches in my parts. And if not, I'm going to order one. In the meantime, we need a...
So we're just going to solder that wire back onto
You're
the
just
fuse.
going to solder it back on. This is my spare.
Soldering iron?
Yes, and it needs really a new tip here, but sometimes I can get it to...
Do you need one for your to-go tool box?
Yeah, you see it's starting to heat up now. So we're gonna give it a little solder, and we're gonna tin this wire first. You always got to tin your wire.
I know. Because you taught me.
That's true. And I always like to hit the solder with whatever solder I'm using, which I don't really want to burn these wires, but I always like to give this a little touch.
I feel like you definitely need a new one.
Well, I need a new tip for that. I have tips. I just don't have one with me. I'll get it. It'll go. It'll go.
So it's smoking now.
Yeah. Also, I like to usually put a rag here. Oh, that wasn't me?
No, that was
That was the other
That was
person
there.
that was soldering that?
yes.
All right, well, now, if you turn that on, we can... If you turn that on, we should be able to go to... We don't care about test report. We want tests. We want solenoid. We want to get to... It's called... 24, I think. This one, ramp up.
see smoke.
It's still smoking.
Mm-hmm. Shut it. All right.
It's cooking.
No, something.
Yeah, no, it's cooking.
No, it's the hold coil. It's that hold coil is cooking. It's not this. It's that. All right.
It's that. What was it? I don't know what
It
that
was
is.
the hold coil. The thing that we soldered back on that has the fuse that had the cut wire. Now we know why the wire was cut. So what I'll do is I'll get us a new coil for that too. And then I'll come back and I'll change that hold coil and I'll put a switch on there that works right. And then we'll see if that doesn't correct it. Then we can get rid of this fuse that we shouldn't need to have in there. And that'll be the end of that.
I'm suspicious of that fuse.
That fuse is there because there was a problem. And we got to figure out what the problem is.
Now we can smell the problem.
Sorry. I was like, I see it smoking.
I saw it too, but I thought
It's
it
such a
was
good little helper.
I thought it might have been this solder still like.
No, it's the hold coil. Now you know why they got that.
Yeah, you can see it's all brown. Like
Well, and you know there's a problem with it, and that's why they put the fuse in. Obviously, that didn't correct it, so they just cut the wire and left it like that. So we're gonna have to fix this correctly. But I would definitely, you could have a bad coil or a shorted coil, and I'm just going to change that and not take a chance with something that had to have a fuse on it. And that's that. And this coil's been replaced, so just remember to like and subscribe.
Don't blind me with that.
Give us a thumbs up and hit the bell.
Yeah. Love you.
Love you.